He is remembered as the benevolent, bearded patriarch of the psychedelic counterculture, but the only reason Jerry Garcia ever truly dedicated his life to the guitar was because he survived a horrific fatal car crash at age 18. He was violently thrown through the windshield into a field, a terrifying near-death experience that killed his close friend, snapped Garcia out of his teenage delinquency, and gave him an overwhelming sense of borrowed time that fueled his obsessive, lifelong devotion to music. One of the most famous pedal steel guitar solos in rock history is on Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young's hit, Teach Your Children. That solo was played by Jerry Garcia, who had just recently picked up the notoriously difficult instrument. Instead of asking for money or standard session credits, Garcia made a barter agreement. He played on their track in exchange for David Crosby and Graham Nash teaching the Grateful Dead how to sing proper vocal harmonies, which profoundly shaped the Grateful Dead's masterpiece album, Workman's Dead. While he is widely worshipped as one of the greatest improvisational rock guitarists of all time, Garcia's first true musical obsession was traditional acoustic bluegrass. In 1973, at the height of the Grateful Dead's stadium fame, Garcia formed a bluegrass supergroup called Old and In the Way, where he entirely abandoned the electric guitar to play the 5-string banjo. Their self-titled debut was actually the best-selling bluegrass album in history for over 2 decades. It is a famous piece of Grateful Dead lore that Garcia was missing 2/3 of his right middle finger, chopped off by his older brother Tiff in a childhood wood-splitting accident when Jerry was just 4 years old. However, what is less known is how self-conscious he was about it early in his career. In the band's early promotional photos and television appearances, Garcia would intentionally hide his right hand or tuck that specific finger away so the camera couldn't see it, before eventually learning to use the stump to his advantage to mute strings while fingerpicking. Before they were the Grateful Dead, they were a blues band called the Warlocks. When they discovered another band was using the name, which eventually became the Velvet Underground, they desperately needed a change. While smoking heavily at Phil Lesh's house, Garcia opened a massive, heavy funk and wagnall folklore dictionary and randomly dropped his finger on the page. It landed on the entry for Grateful Dead, a specific cross-cultural folk motif involving a traveler who uses his last pennies to pay the debts of a deceased stranger, whose ghost then protects him.